Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today, boys and girls, I'm going to bring you guys the Leicester versus West Ham match preview. So then, boys and girls, it's another very quick turnaround for Leicester as we're straight back into Premier League action this weekend, coming off our 2-0 loss to Liverpool on Thursday night at Anfield. It's match day 22 of the Premier League season as Leicester welcome David Moyes' West Ham United, the Hammers, to the King Power Stadium. And based on Leicester's recent form, it could be a bit of a hammering tomorrow, boys. But yeah, looking at Leicester's opponents then for tomorrow's game, of course it is David Moyes' West Ham United, who so far this season have been doing a pretty decent job. They currently sit 4th place in the Premier League table, and last night for West Ham, they picked up a 1-0 victory over Watford at the London Stadium. And yeah, that really could have been Leicester sitting 4th place right now. However, we are in 12th place. 12th and could even slip to 15th by the end of this week. So yeah, boys, it's another massive game then for Leicester this weekend back at the King Power Stadium, and we cannot afford to drop another 3 points. So all that being said, I'm about further ado, boys and girls, let's get straight into today's video. Let's discuss Leicester and West Ham, and let's get straight into the match preview. Right then, lads, so as always, kicking things off, you guys know the drill. Of course, going to start off by going through my general thoughts going into tomorrow's game. But just before I do that, boys and girls, I'm going to hand it straight to you guys in the comment section down below. How are you guys feeling going into tomorrow's game? Are you confident? Are you not? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How do you guys see the game playing out tomorrow at the King Power? But yeah, lads, of course it is West Ham United at home then tomorrow for Leicester, and as we know from recent years, we don't really have the best of records against the Hammers. Of course, earlier on this Premier League season, Leicester did suffer a 4-1 battering, a hammering by the Hammers at the London Stadium. Of course, last season we also lost 3-2 away from him and also lost 3-0 at the King Power. So yeah, tomorrow you can probably put a bet on West Ham scoring 3 or 4 goals, and pretty much any team can do that anyway against Leicester right now. However, of course, Leicester are back on home soil at the King Power Stadium, and in my opinion, a massive atmosphere is needed in tomorrow's game to try and get behind the boys, push them on to try and get a 3 points, which could be absolutely massive in this season. Of course, this Leicester side is very dependent on confidence levels. You know, if Leicester can string 2 or 3 wins together, that could really push us on, and you know, 3 wins in the current situation in the Premier League table will catapult us up all the way into around 7th or 8th place. Yeah, a win tomorrow against West Ham could be absolutely massive. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a difficult game. I mean, most games are going to be difficult right now for Leicester because we're not really too good. But, you know, I got a slight feeling that we could potentially get something in tomorrow's game. Of course, coming off the result against Liverpool, a 2-0 defeat at Anfield, yes, it could have been a lot more, but that first half performance against Liverpool kind of gives me a bit of confidence, because I thought, you know, we defended fairly well apart from a corner. You know, we created some good chances here and there. You know, Liverpool away is a tough one. If you want to hear my full thoughts on that game, that'll be linked to my match reaction in the description down below. But yeah, I don't know, I have a slight feeling of confidence. Don't ask me why, but you never know. I think the main thing in tomorrow's game is just Leicester trying to defend well throughout the game and don't concede any more than 2 goals, because I think going forward we have enough threat with lots of Madison, Tillemans, Daka, Iheanacho, Barnes, Lookman, etc. I think we can cause some problems, but it's just defensively coming up against lots of Jared Bowen, Mikel Antonio. For me, tomorrow's game could be a very high scoring one. I also think that Leicester need to play the game at our tempo. You know, we are at home, the crowd's behind us. We need to just play our football, play our style, and really force West Ham back and try and get their breakthrough. Because, you know, if West Ham are dominating Leicester, the crowd's going to get annoyed and it's just not going to end well. So yeah, we need to be on it from minute 1, start the game fast, create some chances, and really try and control the game and try and get the lead, and then obviously we can sit back and try and build on that as well. But yeah, lads, overall I'm kind of confident going into the game. I just have a slight feeling that we could potentially get something. I don't think we're going to cruise to victory, don't get me wrong, but I reckon we could potentially get a result tomorrow. And, you know, a point in tomorrow's game won't be too bad, because, you know, West Ham are a very decent side, but there is a slight feeling for me that Leicester can get this West Ham side, because, you know, in recent weeks they have dropped a few points. Yeah, boys, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions going into tomorrow's game down below. Are you guys confident? Are you not? Let me know your thoughts down below. But yeah, lads, moving things on then, it's now time to look at some interesting stats between Leicester and West Ham. So Leicester have conceded at least 3 goals in each of the last 3 Premier League meetings, with West Ham losing all 3 games, losing the exact fixture last season 3-0 at the King Power. So of course West Ham have won each of their last 3 Premier League meetings against Leicester, last winning more consecutively against the Foxes in the competition in their first 4 such meetings between 1994 and 1997. And finally, West Ham's Mikel Antonio has been involved in 5 goals in his last 5 Premier League appearances against Leicester, 4 goals and 1 assist, including 2 goals and 1 assist in the Hammers' 4-1 win in the reverse fixture earlier on this season at London Stadium. So again, boys and girls, there's some interesting stats then for you guys between Leicester and West Ham. Gotta be honest, most of them I'm not really looking too good on our behalf, with Antonio scoring loads of goals, West Ham just battering us really. And yeah, tomorrow, I know I've been confident, but it might go kind of bad, I don't know. But yeah, lads, moving things on, of course, usually we look at the headlines from Brendan Rodgers' pre-match press conference ahead of the game. However, there wasn't really an official press conference leading up to this West Ham game, as Brendan Rodgers did speak to the media after the game against Liverpool at Anfield. For me, I haven't seen any rumours around any players injured, so for me, it will be the same side which was available to play against Liverpool, and it looks like Wesley Fofana will be back in training in a number of days for Leicester. He could potentially be back for the away trip to Wolves. Of course, we've got Randers on Thursday night as well. So yeah, moving things on then a bit more, let's get into my predicted lineup for the game. So yeah, boys, of course, this is the side I think Brendan Rodgers will go to start against West Ham tomorrow at the King Power Stadium. So as always, boys and girls, I'm going to hand it straight to you guys in the comment section down below. What side should Brendan go tomorrow? Let me know your thoughts down below, your formations, your players, your 1 to 11 if you want to be a goat. So yeah, let me know your side you want to see Leicester go with for tomorrow's game against the Ambers. Right then, kicking things off then, formation wise, and for once I'm actually changing things up. I'm going to be going with the 4-1-2-1-2 formation. Now this is very narrow, I know, but I reckon it could work, and let's mix things up. Starting things off then in goal, of course, we'll be going with Kasper Schmeichel. Pretty straightforward, fantastic against Liverpool. Made some fantastic saves, and for me, Kasper has to start this game against West Ham tomorrow. Moving into the back four then, boys and girls. Yeah, starting things off at right back, I'll be going with Ricardo Pereira. I think Ricky P does finally deserve a start. I mean, he offers something going forward. He can't really do too much worse than who's been playing in the defence so far. So yeah, for me, Ricardo at right back in my opinion. Centre back wise, we're going to stick with the combination of Daniel Amate and Wilfred Ndidi, a rather makeshift centre back partnership, but for me they played very well against Liverpool, considering they've only played alongside each other a few times. Of course, these two played alongside each other as well in the game against Liverpool at home, where that of course was a fantastic performance. Yeah, Wolf and Amate centre backs, and at left back we'll be going with James Justin instead of Luke Thomas. Of course, JJ has been playing at right back most recently, but of course he can play on the left hand side as well. Very versatile fullback. So for me, JJ on the left hand side. I thought Thomas wasn't too good against Liverpool, or maybe Thomas deserves a break to start against Randers on Thursday night. Moving ahead then into the midfield three, or whatever you want to call it. Of course, we're going with the 4-1-2-1-2 formation. So yeah, starting to hot things off in the more holding role, we'll be going with Boubakary Soumaré. Of course, Bouba played against Liverpool, looked alright. I think the main thing for Soumaré this season is just getting minutes. We need to keep building up, and you know, this is another chance to do that. Of course, it's going to be a massive battle in midfield. That is why I've gone with more men in midfield. Of course, West Ham got lots of Jared Bowen attacking, Declan Rice, Thomas Souček in there. So yeah, the midfield battle is going to be key. So yeah, Soumaré holding it. More advanced, we're going with Deuce Bahul alongside Youri Tielemans. Of course, yeah, I've got the disappointing news about Tielemans most recently. I'll probably do a video on that in a few weeks. But yeah, of course, Tielemans and Deuce Bahul alongside each other in the pivot role. Of course, both of them more box-to-box type midfielders and more in the cam role. At the top of that diamond, we'll be going with James Madison, who for me has been Leicester's best player so far this season. So yeah, James has to start in this side. I think James Madison is going to be key in the game, and if Leicester can get the better of the West Ham midfield tomorrow, that could be key in the game, because if Madison can get away from likes of Rice with Deuce Bahul and Tielemans driving forward as well, it could cause West Ham a lot of problems. And finally then, boys and girls, up top we'll be going with the double strike force of Kelechi Iheanacho and Patson Daka. I think obviously Iheanacho definitely works best as a striker with a partner. I think Daka alongside Iheanacho would work quite nicely, because Daka's got the pace in behind. Iheanacho can hold things up, drag the defenders out, the space in behind for Daka. Ricardo and Justin can push up. We get lots of Tielemans to find them as well. I think this formation may work quite nicely. So yeah, Daka, Iheanacho top. Of course, the only negative with this formation will be the lack of width for Leicester, and West Ham could possibly exploit that with Kufau and of course Aaron Cresswell going forward as well. But yeah, boys, that's my team for the game. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. Right, boys and girls, wrapping things up then, score prediction time for tomorrow's game. As always, let me know score predictions in the comment section down below. For me, I'm going to go with a draw, an optimistic prediction for once. I'm going to go with a Leicester 1, West Ham United 1. I said there may be goals, it could be a 2-2, a 3-3, but I think things will just fizzle out slightly and it will be a 1-1 draw. Goal scorer-wise, I'm going to be going with James Madison to score one for Leicester, and for West Ham, we'll go with Mikel Turner because, like we know, he always loves the goal against us. Yeah, that's my score prediction tomorrow, lads. 1-1 point, and for me, I would definitely take that. So then, boys and girls, that's it for today's video. Of course, in today's video, I bring you guys the Leicester versus West Ham match preview and predict the lineup for tomorrow's massive game in the Premier League, where we need to somehow get a point at least, or hopefully the 3 points. But yeah, boys, that's it for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, let me know by dropping a like, subscribe as well to the channel. If you guys haven't already, let me know your thoughts and opinions, predictions, lineups, etc. in the comments ahead of tomorrow's game against West Ham. Sadly, no matchday vlog, as we'll be going for the game tomorrow, so I'll see you all for the match reaction. And then, of course, on Sunday, we've got the Wolves away vlog as well. So yeah, boys, hopefully we can get the win tomorrow, boys and girls, at the King Power Stadium, finally bounce back. And yeah, boys, I'm in SPORTSA, and I'll see you guys very, very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.